Hello students, welcome again in the e-learning session. Now in the last video we have discussed life cycle of silk moth, that is what are the stages involved from hatching of egg, then the larva growing in size, then came the stage called as pupa which wraps itself around a thread, and at last the pupa after few days of incubation under that cocoon, under the thread, it gets warm, it gets nutrition and gets converted into silk moth, adult silk moth, okay, and which again in turn is capable of producing more number of eggs, okay. Now again we are going to discuss here the topic, last topic of the unit, that is how silk is obtained from cocoon, okay. Before that we need to have a look at rearing of silkworm. See, sericulture is a branch of division, okay, is a branch of division of agriculture in which it is used as a supplementary occupation, means along with the farming, farmer can have its own sericulture plant. For that minimum requirements are there. First of all, mulberry plantation is the most important thing, as mulberry plants are only the source over which the moths will lay their eggs. Next thing what we want, eggs. So there are some already established farmers in the industry, in the silk industry or in the sericulture, which can sell their eggs to you, to the farmers, okay. So they can buy eggs. So here now we can start a new industrial process at our own, but they need to be handled, okay. First of all, the female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. So these hundreds of eggs need to be carefully wrapped inside a piece of cloth or inside a piece of paper so that they do not get damaged, okay. So while transporting, this care needs to be taken. Next step, what is the next step? We have to place these eggs inside trays in a room which is having a suitable warm environment, okay. Transportation is necessary. While transportation, we need to make sure that the sufficient conditions for hatching the egg are available, okay, but hatching should not be there while transporting. When we have reached our sericulture farm or we have sericulture center in our farm, there we should have the strips of cloth over which the eggs can be placed, okay, and under very hygienic condition, germ-free environment, under I can say a germ-free environment, the eggs needs to be placed, okay. Then they are allowed to hatch. So now the eggs are allowed to hatch. When the eggs are allowed to hatch, first here, provide suitable condition for eggs to hatch. So one of the aim of rearing silkworm is to provide suitable conditions. What suitable condition? Those organisms who give birth to young ones through eggs need to provide warmth to the eggs. एग्स को वार्मथ अगर नहीं मिला, थोड़ी सी गर्मी अगर नहीं रही, स्पेसिफिक टेम्परेचर अगर नहीं मिला, तो एग्स हैच ही नहीं करेंगे. इसीलिए हमको फिर वो टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा. फार्मर विल डू दैट. देन व्हेन द एग्स हैच, व्हेन द एग्स विल बी अलाउड टू हैच, व्हेन वी हैव मलबेरी लीव्स. क्योंकि मलबेरी के जो प्लांट है, मलबेरी प्लांट, वी हैव टू ग्रो द प्लांट. When mulberry leaves are ready, at that time we have to allow the eggs to hatch. And what is the main role of now? What is that organism which is coming out of egg? Silkworm. As egg hatches, the larva comes. Larva is nothing but a stage of life, okay, a stage of life of silk moth. So larva comes. Larva is a eater, okay. Larva eats continuously. बहुत ज़्यादा भूखा होता है larva, इसलिए उसको जल्दी से grow करना है. So larva is a continuous feeder. So it feeds continuously on the chopped leaves. द फ्रेश लीव्स, मलबेरी लीव्स चॉप करना पड़ेगा, फाइन पार्टिकल्स, एंड प्रोवाइड द सिल्कवर्म, प्रोवाइड द लार्वा विद दोज लीव्स, दे विल ईट कंटिन्यूसली. कब तक खाना खाएंगे, है ना, कोई अगर खाते रहे तो कब तक खाएगा, अंटिल इट्स फुल ग्रोथ. ओके, सो लार्वा ग्रोज, लार्वा ग्रो करेगा. व्हेन द लार्वा ग्रोज कंप्लीटली, देन आफ्टर 25 to 30 days, ओके, आफ्टर 25 to 30 days, after 25 to 30 days, larva or silkworm, larva stops feeding. Then the next thing that it requires, what it will require, next thing that it requires now, larva when stops feeding, it needs some support. It needs some support to spin, to start spinning the cocoon, because now it has to go under a drastic change in the body of insects. Okay, metamorphosis is the process in which the body of insects changes completely. So for that drastic change, it needs to wrap itself around the thread. And I told in the last class, what is silk? Silk is nothing but a secretion which is secreted through saliva, through mouth. So they secrete, and when it comes in contact with the air, it gets solidified and converted into thread. Okay, so now for spinning the thread, larva requires a support. So what we can provide? We can provide mat with hole. Okay, mats, some mats are there, nets, I can call net रहती है और net को holes रहते हैं. We can provide rags, we can provide twigs, so that they can take support of it, and then when they take support of it, the cocoon will be formed. What is cocoon? Cocoon is nothing but threads, silk threads, and inside the cocoon what is there? Pupa. The organism now inside is called as pupa. Pupa will grow, and the pupa is further going to get converted into the adult silk moth. Okay, so in this way the rearing of silkworm is done. Cocoon is allowed to form now. Then what we have to do, when the cocoon is growing, when the cocoon has grown completely, and when the cocoon is growing completely, and at the time, there is a time reached. Now what happens at that time? There is a time reached when the larva has to come out, the pupa which has grown in size, it has to come out at some point of time. In what time it will be? And is that okay for sericulture? No, it is not okay for sericulture. Now we have to do what study? Processing. Okay, so the next topic is processing of silk. Processing silk is the next topic. What we have to do in the point of processing silk? Processing करना मतलब क्या? We have to take the cocoon and not allow the silkworm to come out of it. अगर वो cocoon फाड़ के silk moth जो है वो बाहर आ गया तो क्या होगा? The threads will get destroyed, and the destroyed threads are of no use. So we have to boil the cocoon or sun dry the cocoon. Okay, so the cocoons are placed in sunlight or boiled. Due to boiling, what will happen? The animal inside it gets killed, and what we obtain? We obtain the pile of cocoon or the bundle of threads. So this is called as processing of silk. Okay, the processing, what we are doing mainly, we are only taking out the silk fibers separately. Okay, we have to separate the silk fibers. Understood? So placed in sunlight, boiled. Now cocoon is there, and the farmer will collect the cocoons and then will start the process of reeling. Reeling of silk. What do you mean by now? reeling of the silk. So the process of taking out silk thread, the process of taking out silk thread from the cocoon is called as reeling of silk. Nowadays it is done by machine, but actually the silk threads are attached to the cocoon at a point, and we have to find the point of attachment and remove from the silk thread, and then unroll it, I can say unroll it and remove the thread, straighten it and send it to processing. Okay, then the cloth makers in the textile industry will work on it and will produce the thread. In this way we have completed the topic from cocoon to silk, and in this way we have completed our unit that was based on fiber to fabric. What we studied in this unit, let us have a recap. We studied that fibers can be natural or artificial. Also we studied that fibers are of animal source or plant source. We discussed one animal source fiber first, that is wool, and then we discussed silk. Okay, wool is obtained from sheep, majorly from the fine coarse hairs, and silk is obtained from the moth, that is called as silk moth. Okay, so in this way the process also we have studied now, and a whole unit is now getting completed. All right, as soon as this unit gets completed, I will be sharing the exercise of this unit. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the interactive session. Okay, thank you.